So, number one, welcome to becoming, nope. Untethered Fridays on Becoming Untethered channel page, whatever this is. So I just got a box from Amazon and it is the best packed box from Amazon I've ever had. Usually like you'll get one thing in a huge box. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 4 things that were packed perfectly. It was amazing in a box that like, I was just so happy about that because usually, anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, I have been thinking, I'm going to start opening this box. Can I do it this way? I have been thinking, oh, here we go. I had like a great idea for the Untethered Fridays yesterday. I was like, oh, of course that's what I'm going to talk about. It's brilliant. It's what's going on in my life and that's all that it needs to be talked about. And then now I'm like, what the hell was that? Because I had been like, well, clearly that's, I mean, obviously I'm going to remember it. But that's my brain. Right now, I am forgetting everything. Everything. My focus, anyway, okay, so that's not what this is about. So, I guess the thing to talk about is actually working on yourself. Like, it takes effort. And I want to say this because I remember when I'm thirsty. I remember when I was depressed and, you know, I went to therapy, whatever. I considered that working on myself. It wasn't. It wasn't. Going once a week or once every other week to my therapist and talking about how miserable I was not working on myself. I mean, I got a lot of realizations out of it and I did improve, but it wasn't directed. I wasn't directing it. And I wasn't involved really in it because I didn't think it could be different. So I want to let you guys know out there, it can be different. You just have to work at it. And it's not bad work, it's fun work. And as I work on myself, is this real wood? No. It's a reasonable facsimile. It's interesting. Okay. As I worked on myself, I realized that one of the things that personally I had to work on, you know, those of you who this isn't a thing for, I highly recommend it though. It's my attachment to the divine, my connection with the power that bees, the, you know, my spirituality and my relationship with God. God is such a paternalistic, like, kind of feel to the word God, like, wow, like Lord. When people are like, oh Lord, like, oh wow. Like when you think about it, like, that's a different way of thinking. That's a very specific way of thinking about God. But I'm working on it. The more I sit with it, the more I think about it, the more I listen to Michael Singer and think about it, like the more I want to let go of all the things that hold me back and just allow myself to be with the universe, just to be one and be aware of my connection to the universe at all times. Last week, an amazing thing happened. I got a second random check for $1,900. Random. And I'm not going to go into the story about it. You can go look at that if you want to go look at it. But I want to be very careful here. There we go. But it convinced me that the universe is on my side and that she's looking out for me. You know, part of my prayer that I pray, not every day, but I think about, and I should pray every day, is this. Just put a, well, at least it's not broken. It's not like you're gonna be looking at it, right? Little smushed, but whatever. So I'm convinced of her being on my side. And as I pray to her, one of the things I connect with most is when I say, I ask you to continue to unfold my life according to your will and not my low self-worth. That really struck home to me last year. And I mean, I'm on the tail end of getting over the breakup, but I was going through a breakup, and I knew what I wanted and it wasn't what was happening, but I was also aware of the fact that this is the only right answer. It was the only answer that made sense, and that was going to end in the happiness of everyone involved. Because honestly, us staying together, as much as we loved each other, given life circumstances, would have been a disaster. So, not to say it doesn't hurt anymore, but, DIY assembly, product features, parameter, cautions, package list. Oh, do I need a wrench? No, I've got one in here. Okay. Sorry, I gotta multitask. So I can't really multitask, can I? So yeah, so the idea was, I knew that wasn't the right answer. Like, as much as I wanted us to be together, I had to accept reality, and that meant I had to accept the fact that we weren't going to be together, because that was really what was best for everyone involved. And I kind of, as I was kind of praying one day, and things just sort of coalesced, and I realized that really what I want has to do with my self-worth, has to do with, like with him, it was like, well, I mean, not that like I get my self-worth from him, but there was part of me that got my self-worth from him, like it's interesting. Anyway, the point is that connects me, that really connects me, like acknowledging that my will for myself is not in my best interest, and her will for me is in everybody's best interest. That really makes a difference and really opens my eyes. And then after last week, getting that check, when I was so desperate and praying so hard for help, and things popping up where I was like, oh, this is it. This is how she's going to do it. And then I'm like, no, you know what? Whatever you say, universe, whatever you say, if this isn't it, this isn't it. I trust that you will help me. And like a couple of things popped up, and I was like, oh, that's going to be what she does. And it wasn't where the money came from. It was fucking random, completely random check. Like, that happens twice. So it's just like sure, okay, I still have doubt because that's my brain, but I clearly I'm on the right path. And I see her working in my life all the time, because now I'm just always saying, just point me in the right direction, you know, and any time that I'm doing something, I'm about to do something that is against my best interest, stop me. Even if it's not what I want, stop me from doing the stupid shit that gets me deeper in the hole or gets me nowhere or doesn't move me forward. Like, it's just, stop me. Like, don't let me do that. Because I don't really have the self-will at this point. And I've noticed that that's what happens. Like, okay, for instance, I was ordering some food, some groceries. Now, I do this because I don't have a car and I can't really carry a lot and my back's been hurting, so I can't, well, actually it's my hip. But I can't really carry a lot back from the store. So I ordered groceries and it was later in the day, my willpower was down and I was like, ooh, I feel like some sort of Chinese food. So I ordered like a shrimp lo mein from P.F. Chang's, like a bag of it. And then I ordered Ben & Jerry's fish food. I didn't see like the shoppers, you know, saying, oh, they don't have fish food, you want something else. And she ended up just not getting any ice cream. And then the lo mein ended up being chicken lo mein, not shrimp lo mein, and I don't eat chicken, so that was returned. And it just goes like, it's like, okay, yeah. She's even something like that, right? Like, she's like, no, that's not what you're doing. You're getting healthy. Stop. So I just feel very blessed, although I still have this thing where it's not that I feel blocked. It feels there's like a solidity of, like an immovability of, it just feels like I don't know what exactly how to describe it, but it's not habit, being, like a way of being, that I don't like. I used to be so much more open to like beauty and just the power of nature and the, you know, just everything. I used to be so much more open. My heart, I mean, granted, okay, yeah, I still cry all the time, but like I would be moved to tears for the beauty of a sunset or beauty of just light hitting leaves. Like, I love when you look like light hitting, like when you're under, it's so beautiful. And all these shapes and the things like that and colors. And that was really about having an artist eye. I'm out of practice as far as that's concerned. That's why I don't look at things the same way, a part of it. But I want that openness again. I want that free flow. There used to be like a free flowingness. There used to be an ability to exist in the moment. I mean, I've always had a big imagination and daydreams and stress. I've always been someone who in the past always been someone who, you know, gets worked up about, like, just feels a lot of pressure. Well, also someone who takes on a lot more than she probably should. Or at least back then. No, that's not true. But I would take on just as much as I could handle and be very stressed out about it. Anyway, the point is, I've lived so much of my life now, the past several years, in my head and not letting anything in. Because of all these samskaras, right? All these injuries, these spiritual, emotional, traumatic, whatever, we all have them. I just feel like this is a solid wall that I gotta, like, there's not even like a crack. It's just like, that I kind of think I have to, it's almost like a Jesus moving the tomb thing, you know, like the tombstone out of the way. That's gonna have to be, because I don't think cracking it is gonna help. No, it's not the shape of a tombstone. It's the shape of, like, me shaped, only like that thick and flat, and it's stone. I don't know what to do with it, but I don't think it's gonna crack. I think I have to move it. Whereas other things I've been able to like nip things at, like you like a little bit of this falls away and more of it falls away and more of it falls away. This one is like a just set it aside, like it has to go. Because if it's a like it has to go a little bit at a time, it's a forever thing. Like I mean, we're always working on ourselves. Anyway, the point is, I want to be closer to source, the universe, God, whatever you want to call her. And I've been praying a lot for that. I've been in my mind thinking about it, talking to her, and not feeling connected though. Not feeling connected. I want to feel that connection. I used to feel that connection. I used to think about this stuff a lot more. It used to be like a general thing that would be like, it was sort of my default thinking about these sorts of things. And I would kind of like that to be, other than being able to live in the moment. Point being, you have to work on yourself. That's the point of this video. You have to work on yourself. It has to be, don't associate a bad feeling with work though. You have to, what's another word for work? Practice yourself. I don't know. But it is a practice. It is something, you do have to do something. And one thing to consider is your connection to the divine and your connection to whatever it is you think there is that's bigger than you. Because come on, no matter what you believe, there's something bigger than you. You know what I mean? Like, you're not the end all be all. Let's figure that shit out, right? Like, what? We are all one. We are all in an undifferentiated field, quantum field. That's crazy. Like, I want to study quantum physics, and I want, to me, that's the study of, that's religion. That's a religious study, you know? But the point is that to do work on yourself, you have to do something. It doesn't just happen. When I was younger, I thought it would just happen. I didn't really get it. I thought it was just a matter of like, go to therapy and one day it'll like, no, that's not true. I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't honestly think that I was going to get better. I kind of thought that this is the way it is. It takes you a long time to get there, you know? So by the time you're there, enough shit has gone on in your brain. You know, it's not something that just happens overnight. It happens gradually. And if you're in it for as long as I was, it's ingrained. It becomes ingrained, you know? So it takes effort to change those patterns. I'm still doing the breaking the habit of being, excuse me. I'm still doing the breaking the habit of being yourself work. It's effort and thought. It has to be something you want. But it's worth it. It's really worth it, and you can do it. I think that's really all I'm gonna say for now. I'm very grateful for everything that I have, all that's here. I love this room. I'm not gonna show you some laundry over here, but I really love this room. Like it's a mythical forest in here. I'm in a mythical forest. There's like this beautiful, you know, Venus coming forth upon the water. And my little shell here, so I have another shell chair. So there's like shells on the beach that I get to sit on. And then my awesome rug is like a mythical forest floor. I need a vacuum. But all I have is this rug to vacuum. So why would I go buy a vacuum? But I need one because there's stuff on it. And then, you know what I mean? Like it goes into, then I forgot the flowers on the window, the stained glass, beautiful, you know, and then even, I didn't even want, when I ordered this chaise lounge, you're on my chaise lounge right now, it was blue, and I was like, oh, it's not really gonna go well with the rest of the room. Then I realized, no, it's a waterfall. And my gray desk is like a craggy rock. That the waterfall is like, you know what I mean? It's just, I love this room. I wish I had a fish tank. The problem, not problem, and I'm going to be done with this anyway. I'm grateful for this room. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that it's Friday. Not that that really means anything to me because I work throughout the weekend. I'm grateful that our first book is finally very soon going to be published. I'm grateful that our other books are almost done, or at least on their way. I'm grateful that I get to go down to Florida next week and to a conference where I'm going to meet many more new clients. And yeah, I'm just grateful for that. And I'm grateful for you. Did I already say that? I think I already said that. So this is me telling you to remember that you can, I switch it up and try to switch it up how I say this. But I want you to remember that you can always choose to have a grateful day.